Yo, 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 what's good, YouTube? What's good? This is Stormybman, and I am back. That's right, I am back. What's good with you for this evening? This is December 1st, 2019, Sunday evening. And I'm here to talk to you. Hopefully you want to chat back with me about the good sport that we love, our sport of boxing. You know, that's what we get on here for. We're a community, and we try to work with one another. As you guys see, it's like my computer is really acting up, but it's okay. I was going to do something a little earlier, and it acted up on me, and I had shut everything down and just went on out and had some brunch. Thought I'd come back and try it over again a couple hours later after I let everything reboot. So here I am, and hopefully you'll be here along for the ride. We got a couple people out there in the chat already. What's that? John Lejeune, what's going on? It says, what's good? Shadow 979 is out there. It says, salute Stormy B Man. Harold Jones is out there. It says, evening from Atlanta, King. Good evening to you, King. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the sport. We had some fights last night. I didn't tune in to everything, but I did get the lowdown and learn what was really happening. And there's some funny business going on in boxing lately. So we are here. Want to talk about it. Thank you for smashing the like button without me calling for it this time. I see we have equal viewers and likes at the moment, so that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? We are here. We in the house. We ready to roll. You know? So this is what it is. Want to talk about some stuff that's even warming up going into next week's fights. You know, we got big heavyweight rematch coming up again this coming Saturday, where they'll have the clash in the dunes, where Anthony Joshua will put his bid in to try to win his heavyweight titles, his unified titles, back from Andy Ruiz Jr., who seems to have, at least for the moment, a Snicker bar hold on them. And we'll see if he's able to maintain that. Joshua is an interesting character, and his whole psychological approach to having lost his title and looking to regain it. Everything he's doing is kind of questionable, the way he's thinking about going about all of this, and we'll talk about it. But first and foremost, I want to kick off with, I made some notes here. So if you hear some paper rustling and everything, don't mind it. It's just that Stormy B Man wanted to make sure he was on point with some of the things he's going to talk about from last night. First of all, we had this guy, Carl Frampton. He was fighting again against Tyler McCreary. Frampton, he entered the fight, what was that, 26-2 with 15 KOs. And he's been talking a lot lately. He wants to get back into title contention. And I think he thinks that the other champions out there might be a little soft or light touches. I think he's particularly thinking about Jamel Herring and Simplify. That's my man, and I hope he is, because I did a video on Simplify recently and said that I would like to see him, start taking these type of fights, because at his age, he's in his mid-30s, he needs to start stepping up and fighting some of these guys where he can make nice paydays. Excuse me, people. I don't start yawning until I go live. It's crazy. Frampton might be thinking that Heron might be an easier touch. And it could possibly be true, but Semper Fi, being a man that understands challenges, being a military man, being a person who has been and served tours, he knows. So hopefully he's up for that challenge. But Frampton took on McCreary last night, and basically it was a wash for him. He dropped McCreary in the 6th, and he used a lot of body work. You know, he went at McCreary's body, broke him down systematically, and pretty much, you know, stayed ahead on the scorecards. And he put in good work. I admit he put in good work. The opponent was not there to beat him. McCreary, even though he came in with a record of 16-0, with a draw and 7 KOs, he just wasn't in the same class. But if Frampton thinks that Semper Fi is someone like that, he's got another thing coming. Semper Fi be ready for him, and I'll be rooting for him. And hopefully we could get this business taken care of, you know, with the quickness, you know. But that's what I saw in that fight. There's another champion out there at 130 who is a bit of a monster himself, and that's Miguel Berchelt. Miguel Berchelt is a good fighter. In this era, he's about as solid as they could be at that weight class. He's a rumble. He's a rumble. You know, there's not somebody who's just going to go in there and take him lightly and think they're just going to walk through him. That man can fight. And I look for these guys at these lower classes to mix it up. We need to see who's the best. You know, we're missing that so much in so many divisions. It's ridiculous. But I relish that. I look forward to that. And I know a lot of guys don't talk about the little guys, but I talk about everybody except for the guys that the overhyped jobs, you know, because there's plenty of space to cover fighters who are really going about their craft. Some of them, not all of them, they're not all ducking. Some of them is fighters evading them, you know, and they have to take certain fights to stay busy. I understand that. But the one thing I will credit certain fighters is the willingness and openness when they start to mention names and say, hey, I would love to fight such and such and so, you know. That's hey, conversation, open it up. Because then once you start the conversation, you can start talking terms, you know, where venues can be held, you know, whatever. And then it's about getting down to business. The little guys don't seem to have as much trouble with that. Excuse me, as those glamour divisions. But we're starting to see people shaking it up, moving and shaking. It says we have 5 viewers out there right now, 6. Can we get 3 more likes to put on top of those likes we got out there right now? I appreciate it. So you know, this is what it is. But I will say in the next year, we should have at least 2 to 3 big fights at those lower weights that I'm looking for. And Berchelt is in the mix of that. There are some fighters that are fighting and they want to compete. You know what I mean? They want to compete. Like they Burchelt. I know Tank Davis supposedly moved up, but Tank has been fighting. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to put it out there. Tank has been fighting a lot of Latin fighters, okay? And some of the Latin fighters he's been fighting, they've been okay, but they're not all that great. Burchelt is a good fighter. You know, I love to see him and Tank go at it. That'd be very special. You know what I mean? Let's see what can happen. Like I said, Herring, Jamel Herring. He's a brother that could get in there. Look here. Hey, Justin, if you want to spam my channel, man, you'll get blocked on this account too. Okay? You're a young kid, man. You ain't even supposed to be out here. My content is not for kids. Okay? Man, this kid think, man, everybody ain't for that, man. This is adults over here. Stormybman don't fool around with children, bro. Go find some other channels, okay? Sorry, family, but I had to take care of that. This kid he's bouncing around from, you know, different LDBC channels, and he thinks because he's a young man, young kid that likes boxing or whatever, he could just come in here and start talking in the chat and everything. We're adults over here. No children over here. My content says it's not for children. Okay? So go find something else to do. Get off my channel. I don't want to see you on here no more. No more. Don't fool around with no kids, man. It's enough funny business going on out here. You know? I'm out here trying to bring the real. I don't have time for that. Sorry, family. Trying to get this together here. Another fight that took place last night. Oscar Valdez, you know, he took on Adam Lopez, who was a late replacement. We got all these guys that are missing weight and not hitting the scales properly and everything. You know, here's another situation where, you know, Valdez, he survived a left hook that dropped him in the second round. Now, you know, Valdez is touted as a guy who's, you know, on the track toward a possible title, you know, in his future. He's looking like one of those, you know, nice fighters from the amateurs that's coming into the pros. But he found out that everybody ain't coming to lay down. Okay, some guys are coming to win. And this guy that he took on last night, Adam Lopez, was a real fighter. Adam Lopez came out there and was piecing Valdez up. Had him backing up, had him realizing, oh, this is what's really happening in boxing. And this fight was a WBC title eliminator, with the winner possibly facing maybe Miguel Burchelt. Hey, I don't think Valdez is ready for Burchelt, but it's okay. Let's not say, hey, no, he ain't ready. Let the young brother shine. No, we ain't saying that. We're saying that, okay, you want to get in there in the ocean with the big fish? Let's see what you got. We're going to find out, because they're going to put him in there. Food. One word. Food for Miguel. Miguel going to eat that kid up. Well, anyway, judges had the fight. What's up, B Brown? He says, bring that good weekend boxing talk. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. But we're going to keep them kids out of here, man. I don't want to see that kid on this channel anymore. Anybody got a wrench out here like Shadow 9, you got a wrench on my channel. You see that kid come back. I know he has a number of accounts. If you see him, dude, pull the plug right away. You ain't even got to ask. Okay? I don't fool around with kids on my channel, man. It's not content for children. And I don't want to have to step and tiptoe and walk on eggshells on my own channel because kids are out there. They ain't supposed to be on this channel. But yeah, B. Brown, I'm trying, man. I'm appreciate you. Yeah, judges had this fight 57-56 for Lopez, 57-56, and 58-55 for Valdez at the time of the stoppage. Valdez was able to drop Lopez in the 7th round. 250, what was that? 250, I wrote it down, 253 of the 7th round. And the thing about that was it was a very quick stoppage. You know, this referee stepped in there again. These guys, like when a guy who's supposedly the favorite fighter gets a guy in trouble and you got these refs trying to help the situation out by ending the fight quicker than necessary, you know, but why didn't the ref wave it off when Valdez went on his can? Huh? I mean, come on. There's your argument right there. When you see foolishness like that starting to happen, you can't have no appreciation for that in the sport, man. We gotta get out of that. We gotta get out of that. You know? So, but yeah, that's what happened. So he survived. Oscar Valdez. He survived, and we're looking at it now. If he's gonna be taking on Burchelt sometime next year, maybe in the spring or something, I say we all tune in to that one because Burchelt gonna eat this kid up. It's not enough time for him to fix and repair what's wrong with him or what he's not bringing for a veteran like Burchelt. Okay, and I still want to see the fight. I'm not gonna talk against it. Once they start putting these young guys, even though they're not battle tested or experience tested or anything like that, when they start putting them in there with these experienced fighters and champions, they deserve every lesson that's supposed to come across their doorway. You know, so I endorse that 1,000%. You know, Yasir Hussein is out there. He says salute to you, Yasir. What's going on with you? Then we had another fight at the 154-pound division. It was WBO junior middleweight interim title. Okay, and in this fight, we had Patrick Teixeira against Carlos Adames. You know, Carlos Adames for the WBO interim junior middleweight title. These guys, they mixed it up pretty good, and it was kind of a bloodbath as Teixeira was a bloody mess throughout the fight. You know, he had cuts under both eyes, and it was a very hotly contested match. And that's all we could ask for in boxing. If you want to watch some fights, you want to see competitive matches, man. You don't want to just see guys blowing guys out in 1 or 2 rounds, a guy that don't belong in there with him. You know, because when you have those type of matches, you could tell that the guy doesn't belong in there to get stopped so quick and soon, you know, like that. And it's very rare that you see at the top of the class that guys get stopped in 1 or 2 rounds. You know, there is a such thing as getting caught cold, but veteran fighters shouldn't get caught cold because they should know to be properly warmed up, ready to go. You know how you can tell a sign of a fighter that has warmed up properly for a fight? When he's walking to the ring with his ring walk, you should see a little bit of moisture on his body, some sweat, where he broke a sweat, okay? But the best way, because guys wear a robe and different attire to the ring, is like in round 1, when they come out, they may be a little dry, right? Because of that ring walk, standing for the anthems and, you know, the announcements and everything before they're introduced for the match. But when a fighter goes out for round 2, and their body is like really sweating, that's how you know a guy has warmed up properly. And veteran fighters know how to do this. They know how to keep their bodies ready to go like that. And that's something to always watch for. If you watch Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz, when round 2 started for their fight, both of those men were dripping in sweat like they had been in there for 4 or 5 rounds. But it wasn't that. They warmed up properly in their dressing rooms before they came out for the ring walk. You see, it's very important for fighters to do that, because you're shaking it out, you loosen up. Even if you get tagged a good shot or whatever, you can come back because you warmed up. But when you're ice cold and you take 3-4 rounds to start sweating, nah, that's not what you want. Shadow 979 says, got your family, with the thumbs up. Appreciate that, Shadow 9. Keep that eye out, man. You guys got those wrenches. I expect you to use them, man. Appreciate you. Wookie Wook is out there. He says, salute, bro. Salute to you, Wookie Wook. How you been, man? I ain't seen you in a minute, but glad you out there. We had a very, very good stream that I did yesterday where I had Brooklyn Child, Drew Titan, Kurt Anderson, and we had Tyrone from over there in the UK. You know, basically, we talked about that big discussion and debate that was on Blood Boxing's channel yesterday morning. And we had a good talk about that, got into some historical facts, and also got into some things that have led to the state of where the community is and how the community needs to stay vigilant, stay strong. When I say the community, I'm talking about the LDBC, where we stay on our keys, because we are moving in a certain direction where now the spotlight is on us, and now there's a tremendous focus on us where people are observing what we're talking about, how we're moving, the people we interact with professionally, the fighters, promoters, different media personalities and things like that. And you know, there's like an agenda. So you have to be aware of these things and know how to move. But there was a very good discussion about that yesterday. So it says we got 10 viewers out there now. Can we match those views up with the likes? Which would mean that we just need 5 people to hit that like button. You know, B Brown, you out there. Yasir Hussein and Wookie Wook, can you guys hit that like button if you haven't already? Because that will put us at least at 3 more likes. Appreciate you, family. Do that for Stormybman. But yeah, this Teixeira fight and Carlos Adames, you know, these two guys, they fought another, you know, grudgy and grungy fight. For the guy who was supposed to be the name in the fight, you actually saw Teixeira being handled for early portions, but he dropped Adames in the 7th round. I don't know what it is about this 7th round thing, man. It's like, you know, that's good money. If you want to bet on something in fights, bet on guys to go down in 7, because it's like the 7th round. I mean, Deontay's fight ended last week in the 7th round, so it's like you can put it, man. You can put it in the bank. Something's happening around round 7, you know, something happening. But yeah, he was cut under both eyes, man. But he boxed his way to a victory. I mean, he had to keep this guy at the end of his jab. He did the things he needed to do to pull the fight out. And his match ended with judges' scorecards of 116 to 111. 114 to 113 and 114 to 113. So as you can see, even the judges in this fight saw the fight was close, man. It was very close. And these guys, you know, sometimes you can say, well, if the scorecard's that close, maybe the other guy won. But you know, knockdowns, that's when they really help you out. You know, you get that extra little push for putting the guy on his bump, you know. So you have to give respect to that. But Also, Texera, Patrick, he was bleeding a lot, man, bleeding all over the place, So, vampires and Dracula, they would have enjoyed being at the ringside for that one. They would have been salivating. Kenneth Johnson fell into the building. He said, salute at Stormybman, listening while I work out. Appreciate you, bro. Hope you hit that like button, too, as you came in, Ken. Appreciate you. And get that good workout in, bro. Yeah. So that's what was happening with those fights last night. I didn't watch anything else. There were a few more. But it's one of those things where sometimes certain cards, they don't have enough juice to them, and it makes it hard for you to want to tune in or whatever. But sometimes I have to tune in so I could be very consistent. Like when I do my shows and I can talk about people and talk about events and talk about cards that have taken place, I still want to be able to give you a little bit of background on what's happening in the sport, especially if something electric is going on where it's a particular fighter who's on the come up and you may need to know about him. And that gives, Stormybman a chance to drop the names and everything. So like you hear me talking about Jamel Herring, I did a video on him. Not many people talk about him. But that brother, he's a former military man, and he's out here in the sport at an advanced age because he's over 35. I think he's 36, and he's trying to do some good things. He's a boxer, okay? Kind of reminds me and puts me in the mind of Kevin Kelly. I don't know. Kevin Kelly remind me of Martin Lawrence, and then Jamel Herring remind me of Kevin Kelly. So it's really weird, this connection of these guys. And he's a southpaw too. And, Kevin Kelly was a southpaw, the Flushing Flash. So I like that, man. It's like these guys, little guys, out there, getting their pound of flesh, trying to mix it up. I just like boxing, man. That's how Stormy really like boxing, because I get into it, whether the guys are great or small, Scrapbook Boxing has joined us. He says, what's good, Stormy B-Man in chat? What's good with you, Scrap? I'm glad to see you out there, brother. And just talking a little bit of a conversation about the fights from last night and the event we have coming up next Saturday with Anthony Joshua, which I'll move on to that in a moment. But have some interesting news on him that I picked up from a couple of media stories that have written some things on Anthony Joshua. And by the way, shout out to 78 Sports TV, the General. He put out a video earlier this afternoon talking about what's happening over there in Saudi Arabia with the event, the stadium being built and everything, and what's going on behind the scenes, and how he's privy to some information from someone who has experience about what's going on in Saudi, and how people of color, our brothers and sisters, especially those who are coming out of Africa or India or whatever, and heading over there for opportunities, and are being put in circumstances under the Kalafka. I think that's how it's pronounced. I actually sent a message to 78 because I wanted to talk to him about that and get more information, because this is something very serious. Dude, this is not something to be taken lightly. And if the fighters who are participating in this event could be brought up abreast on what's transpiring over there, my goodness, this is a great time to start. This is fight week. The eyes are on them. Start exposing this and make these people be put on Front Street about what's going on in their country with people of color. It's time to do it, man. I think I'll do a couple of videos this week where I'm talking about like the fight, but I'm going to be talking about that too. You understand? We got to do it, man. We got to expose it. You think they wouldn't expose us? You think they wouldn't? You think they wouldn't talk about what we doing or not doing? The opportunity and the time is now. Scrapbook Boxing says, the Flushing Flash, very good friend of mine. Oh, really? That's good stuff, Scrap. Good to hear that. I hope Kevin is doing good. That's a fast-talking brother, too, man. He was definitely a chatterbox. I always felt like if he finished boxing, he would be a great guy to have ringside to talk boxing. But maybe I've seen him do some local stuff. I think that is, Scrap. You could correct me if I'm wrong. But they've never put him on any of the major networks or anything. But I think Kevin is a well-spoken person and knows the boxing game very well. And he would do well as a color commentary. You know, I think so. Real 6 SB90 says, we appreciate every stream from Stormy. Chill, laid-back, knowledgeable boxing talk. Salute. Salute to you, Real 6, SB90. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I really appreciate that. Scrapbook says, having problems in sparring it in the gym. Having problems sparring in the gym. Oh, okay. I hear you. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens is out there. He says, salute my peoples. Salute to you, Reggie. How you doing this afternoon, this evening, brother? And Yasir Hussein says, Saudis are known racists in the Muslim community. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Omega Red is out there. He says, salute, family. Shadow 9 says, they treat black people like dirt in that country. It's a known fact. Yeah. And they slaughter them, too, whenever they feel like it. Just grab them up in truckloads and just take them out and murder them. Sacrifices, they call them. Denise Wars is out there. She says, salute to you, sister. Glad to see you again. Thanks for returning. I hope you enjoyed that stream we did yesterday, Denise. I thought I saw you in the chat. I know I saw Lala D, but we did a nice stream yesterday afternoon. It was very nice. Late yesterday evening. Shadow 979 is saluting Denise. Scrapbook Boxing says, he's a timeshare real estate agent in Las Vegas. Okay. Scrapbook says he does ringside from time to time. Okay, Scrap. Got you. But yeah. Okay, now see, we got the viewers and the likes current. Like equal. That's pretty good stuff there. I appreciate you guys hitting that like button as you come in and out. I know there may be other things people are doing, but Stormy really appreciate when you come in and you show that love by hitting the like button with your numbers there, man. I appreciate that so much. It's something I try to stay on top of because I acknowledge people when they come in my chats. I try to hold conversations with you. I try to, interact. And I haven't done my Dine and Dish show lately, or even my Kung Fu joints, because I've been working on production stuff. So forgive me for that, but I haven't forgot those shows. There will be more episodes coming in the future, because Stormybman still like to talk about food, you understand, and Kung Fu, So I'll still be doing that, So there'll be some stuff coming down the pipeline very soon. Kenneth Johnson says, I turned down a job over there. Once the recruiter told me I had to surrender my passport to the government for 3 months, I quickly said, no, thank you. Yes, sir, Kenneth Johnson. They would have enslaved you, bro. And that's what they're doing. And if you guys have not seen 78's stream this afternoon on that subject, please watch it. It is for your benefit. It is something that you need to take in and take consideration. You might even know people. You might have distant relatives, or you might have distant associates that have been entrapped because once they got over there and their passports were taken from them and now they can't get out and they're trapped, So please check out his stream and please do your own diligence to research what he's talking about, like he did, to pull yourself abreast of what's happening, because 99% of what's transpiring isn't getting out because there are people benefiting from this tremendously. Why do you think Eddie Hearn wanted to take this fight over there? He's got affiliations and associations with those people. That means he support what they doing. And he got these men like Joshua fighting for him, Dillian White. You want to fight for someone like that? Do you know he can fix it where you can't get out of that country once you over there? Did you really realize that? Man, I'm telling you, this is really shitty. And I think that this could be the end of Eddie Hearn if we, oh man, I don't want to step out. I asked 78 to talk to me because I have some ideas, and I don't want to step out in front of anything. I want to stay under the umbrella of how the LDBC does things, but we should definitely have conversations on that, man. We shouldn't let it go. We shouldn't let that go. We should be on it. E. Woodson is out there. He says, salute, Shy City OG. What's going on, E. Woodson? Glad to see you, brother. You my brother out there from the Shy. Good to see you. Kenneth Johnson says, salute to the chat. Denise Wards is saluting Shadow 9, Reggie. And she said, I was there for both, Stormy B, man. Appreciate you, Denise. Appreciate that. BBG is out there. He says, Arabia has a system of slavery in place right now. 78 just put out a new video about it. Absolutely, BBG. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Because I knew of some things, but not to the extent that 78 was able to reveal, because he got it from a great source. Someone who was actually has an attachment to the circumstances over there. You know, Denise Ward says the general video today was eye-opening. Absolutely. BBG says the slaves just built AJ Stadium. We really shouldn't watch this fight live still. Yeah. There is something, I mean, even if the fighters could be brought up to speed on what's transpiring over there, they could protest. They could protest. This could all collapse in Eddie's lap, in Hearn's lap. I'm telling you. But that's what I'm saying. I would like to hear the general's voice in talking about this, you know, because we got time. The event is a week away, a week from yesterday. There's time. But, yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about this, how the people have talked about Anthony Joshua and what he has found in, you know, being in this situation. And basically, when you guys hear this, because this is news that I found, you know, out there checking out, you know, things that are happening before the fight takes place. And there's a story that came out today. Salute to you, Bodru Thibodeau. And Yasser Hussein says, the Saudis are starving people to death in Yemen right now. And all this stuff ain't the half of it. I bet it isn't. Dark Truth is out there. He says, salute at Stormy B, man. Omega Red says, I seen documentaries on the issue, so I knew some things about it. It's been a few years since I seen those docs, though. And it's a few years, Omega Red, but it's gotten worse, bro. People are really suffering tremendously, man. Smash that like button for you brothers and sisters that just came in. Please hit that like button for me. I am going to go forward with this story about AJ now. And he's looking, check this out. He's looking to gloat after winning. Okay? AJ says that he plans on giving the middle finger to the fans after he wins this fight. Okay? Now, dude, I'm going to read exactly the quote that he says. Anthony Joshua says, now I listen to what people say about us, and they think they should put some and I think they should put some respect on our name. He says, I'm going to that next level. When I win, I will be like, fuck everybody, raising his middle finger. And then, you know, he's saying that he's not he's not going to be Mr. Nice Guy, and he's going to be more like, you know, he's not going to turn the other cheek. He's going to be more like, you know, F everybody. And then he says, like, he said, one loss doesn't take the spots off a cheetah. I came into boxing to fight. I've been a champion. I've been an Olympic champion. You have to hold some regard to what we're doing in this boxing industry. Yeah, but AJ, you can't take the spots off a cheetah, and nor can you take the spots off of a jackal either, a jackass. Huh? So wear your cloak, bro. Wear your cloak. Huh? You're a jackass. Just that. All right? Talking about he going to give the fans the middle finger. Huh? He going to give the fans the middle finger. Motherfucker, you don't fight the fans. Huh? You fight that opponent across the ring. Why weren't you giving the middle finger to Andy Ruiz Jr. when y'all was doing that face-off? Huh? What was that? Where's your guts and nuts when it comes to the opponent that's right in front of you? You were fighting him worried about Deontay Wilder. Now, you're about to fight him and you're worried about the fans and what people say. Dude, you got it twisted, man. This guy is not a champion, people. He's not championship material. His fights have been setups. That's all. You understand? He bristles at the advice given him after a loss. Remember him calling Lennox Lewis a clown for making suggestions for him about how to come to America and maybe add some people around him that have a little more experience on certain things from a professional standpoint? Doesn't mean he has to get rid of the people he's come to know and brought him thus far. It just means you have to add more to your toolbox. I remember Lennox was saying, hey, I went through grade school, then high school, then college. You understand? And he said, I could not bring my high school teacher to college with me. 100% correct, Lennox. Absolutely, bro. This guy don't know his ass from a hole in the ground, people. He says he's not interested in taking the high road in this fight against Andy Ruiz. If he wins, he's gonna gloat. He's gonna rub it in his face or whatever. You know? And it's been suggested by Boxing 24 News. They said that AJ appears to be coming unglued, showing mental weakness instead of calm and being collected. You've seen it. He was showing that immediately after the loss. But here he is showing it before the rematch. A week to go to the fight. And this guy is just like, you know, what the hell, man? You know, you can only say so much about these guys. You understand? Kenneth Johnson says, I think that the Mexican government offered to help Ruiz any way they can. So I hope he will have government protection. So do I. Omega Red says, AJ lose, he gonna be taking that stadium down. He may be taken into slavery over there. Eddie leave him behind when he leave out of town. Shadow 9 says, a country that would sentence a person to death for witchcraft, that's a major red flag right there. No, man, a country that will round people up by offering them opportunities for employment, and then when you come over there and they take your passport from you and enslave you. I mean, that right there, that goes back to what was happening on this land before it was called the United States. Okay? Dark Truth says, this instrumental is smooth. You like that, Dark Truth? Thank you, bro. I like it too, man. You know, Stormybman, on some of my live streams that I do, I like to have a little subtle music playing in the background, but not too distracting. One time I started a stream and I was talking and I had the music up too loud and didn't know you couldn't hear me. So I had to stop after. It went like that for almost 5 minutes. So BBG says, Ruiz is looking to smash this dude. It won't go 12, no way. I hope so. I hope so. Omega Red says, sounds like he nervous to me. An empty wagon makes the most noise. Yes, sir. Dark Truth says, shaking my head. He's only adding pressure on himself. Yeah, and a lot of dislike too. BBG says, Arabia is not a country, it's a kingdom. Yeah, it's a questionable place with questionable ethics, hiding under the guise of being men of God. Yeah, I said that. Questionable. So, this is what the fans are saying about AJ, okay? They're saying that he was gifted a gold medal in 2012 for the Olympics. Do you all agree with that? I wasn't watching the 2012 Olympics, but a lot of people over in the UK and people who are not blinded by AJ, they are out there and they are saying these things about him. So these next couple of bits that I'm going to read off, these are coming from the people who have been asked questions about AJ and how they feel about him. So they feel that he was gifted a gold medal in 2012, conveniently, especially since I think the Olympics were being held over there. So it made, it made for good publicity for him to get that gold medal, and the Olympics were held at home. So go figure. I Am Ill Will is out there. He says, salute Stormy B Man. Salute to you, I Am Ill Will. Dark Truth says, Omega Red Peace. And Kenneth Johnson says, BBG, you said a mouthful. Yes, sir. That's absolutely 100%. So the fans are also saying AJ has been privileged soft matchmaking by Hearn. Ha! These people are actually hitting it on the head, man. Because I got a few of these, and they are not wrong in the least, which is why I'm sharing it with you. And this was from Boxing News 24. Here, they're saying that soft matchmaking by Ed Hearn. Yes, 1,000% soft matchmaking. Smash the like button, people, as you come in, please. Yes, the matchmaking has been tremendously soft. I think the first 12 or 13 guys that AJ fought were like just guys who were bowling pins. You understand? I think his first legitimate fight was against Dillian White, who wasn't even at his level yet, but they caught White early because White was developing rapidly. Now White has kind of slowed down a bit himself, but he caught up to AJ, and I think they're right on an even keel right now, the two of them. Okay? The fans over there are saying he has horrible stamina. Ha ha! So, horrible stamina. Yeah, 100%. Yes, sir. He has horrible stamina. This is what I'm talking about. These are what the fans are saying about him. Okay? When they're being honest about him. You know what I mean? So think about it. This is not something that they made up. Okay? This is what they're saying is real stuff. And they haven't missed the block yet. Man, Shadow 9 says, I thought he lost in that Olympic final, in my opinion. Shadow 9, that's what they're trying to say. He was gifted a gold medal. If your own people are saying this, bro, think about that. Okay? He was gifted. That he shouldn't have won that medal. Ronald Finkley is in the building. He says, salute to you, Ronald Finkley. How you doing, man? I Am Ill Will says, I didn't do one today. Trap House Boxing is in there. He says, what's up, Stormy? What's going on with you, Trap? Good to see you, bro. How you doing this evening? B Brown says, listen and learn real boxing talk here. Hit that like button. This is Stormy B Man. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Ronald Finkley says, chop chop, salute Stormy B Man. Yes, sir. And Ronald Finkley says, I see a body, AJ getting smoked. Yeah. Jean Lejeune says it's hard to support a country that recognizes Sharia law. And I've been stationed there. Hey man, listen, there's a lot to be said. During this upcoming week, we could, I got to speak to 78 first. I can't just talk like I want to talk on this subject because I consider myself a member of the LDBC and I don't want to say certain things that, but anyway, yeah, just research. People, see 78's video and please research this information and find out what's really going on over there, how that stadium could have been erected so quickly, and what you can do going forward before this event takes place to shine light on it. The fans are also saying about AJ, he has a weak chin. I think we've seen evidence of that already, right? That's why there's a rematch, because his chin didn't hold up to the first contest. So he's going to come back again. No in-between tune-up fights or anything. He going right back in there against the guy who pieced him up the first time. And since he was pieced up, why is it, why why should it be different this time? He quit. He quit. They say AJ lacks mobility in the ring. I agree. Big Frankenstein, 6'6", muscle-bound dude, sluggish and everything, plodding around, looking for somebody to stand there and just let him bang on them. Experienced fighters don't do that, bro. Only those guys that you fought in them 12 to 14 first fights of yours will be cannon fodder for you to pound on. But, when you get to a certain level in the sport, other guys are going to pound back. Look at Mr. Witherspoon, who fought Useless. After a few weeks of being on the sofa and being called out to fight, Useless went out there and he was piecing up Usyk. Piecing him up pretty damn good. That's what happens. Till he gassed out, because he hadn't trained. He hadn't done anything. I think he, when he got the call, he was, sitting there with a beer and a bowl of Cheetos, in front of the TV. He said, yeah, I'll fight him. Imagine a guy who had really been through a training camp, a real training camp. I'm telling you, man, this whole thing with Ed Hearn and his promotions and the people that he's promoting and things like that, man, you got to get rid of this guy. They say that AJ has poor defense. 1,000%. Poor defense. That's why he got touched up in the last fight to begin with. He was being touched up in other fights. I just didn't realize what I was looking at. Against the fight with White, he got touched up. Against Klitschko, he got touched up. Against Povetkin, he got touched up. In the fight against Carlos Takam, he was being touched up when the referee stopped the fight. Joseph Parker, the ref wouldn't let him get close to AJ. The first time he hit him a body shot, and AJ was like blowing, huffing, like, and so Parker went to go after him, and the referee pulled him and said, hey, stop that, pull him apart, and did it for the rest of the fight. Didn't let the guy get close to him. What was that? And then here we go with this fight. He dropped this man and thought he was going to just go in there for the finish, but he didn't realize this brother here, Andy Ruiz Jr., was the kind to say, oh, you done fucked up now, huh? And that's how he fought. You done fucked up now. You woke up a sleeping giant, huh? Ronald Finkley says, damn, ring girls gone? Unless you're going to be looking at them dudes walking around the ring with them sheiks on and everything, smelling like butt crack in that evening wind that blows. all that ass smell out there, these guys standing, because you know they don't wash their nuts. Huh? Stinky. Let me stop. But anyway, BBG says, AJ prefer ring boys anyway. Laugh out loud. John Lejeune says, they will not have ring girls for this fight. I barely notice them anyway. I'm usually getting another drink or using the restroom between rounds. But come on. I notice them. And I'm going to tell you. I wish they have some. I mean, hey, man. You know, it is what it is. Huh? The Shadow 9 says, Ronald Finkley, the ring girl gonna have a thick mustache in this fight. Ronald Finkley says, if AJ look at the ref, I'm definitely saying he will lose. Ronald Finkley is Shadow 979 laughing. John Lejeune says the co-main event is like the steroid Olympics between Povetkin and Debo Dillian. Oh man, the steroid Olympics. That's pretty good there, Lejeune. Omega Red says, I went to Bahrain before we went to Iraq. I don't know why anyone want to go there. Dudes be holding hands and stuff. Wait a minute. But I thought if dudes is holding hands over there, Omega Red, I thought these Muslims was supposed to be really staunchly against all that homosexuality and stuff, man. I mean, not that we have to get in a conversation about it here, but what the hell, man? John Lejeune says, oh, I read that one. Jay Cooley is in the building and says, salute family, salute to you, Jay Cooley. Real 6 SB90 says, I noticed them, especially them matchroom girls, bro. They special. Laugh out loud. Yeah, man. I like the round car girls. Don't get rid of them, I say. Ronald Finkley says, this is a Trump inauguration again. Yeah, it seems weird, don't it? Ronald Finkley says, I can't wait. Andy Ruiz, let's get it. Yeah, man. Let's pull for Andy, you know. Let's pull for Andy to get it done, man. That's what we need. We need Andy to go in there and take care of business. And listen, don't forget what I said at the opening of this little stream here. I said that AJ says he gonna tell the fans to F off. He's giving y'all the finger if he wins this fight, because he knows better than any of y'all that was making suggestions about what he could do to be in a better position to win and this and that. So you and you, me and Lennox, all of us don't know what the hell we talking about. And this is what he said also earlier this week. He said he want us to bow down. Remember? You can't help but to hope against that guy, huh? What a piece of shit, man. What a piece of shit. Shit. Can't wait to see him on the canvas again. Huh? Three Pyramids is out there. It says, salute. What's up, Stormy? And the chat, hashtag LDBC, hashtag Bomb Squad. That's what's up. Three Pyramids, appreciate your subscribing to the channel, bro. Salute to you. Yeah, man. This is, you know what? This guy sitting up there saying the stuff that he's saying to the fans. I remember a few years back, I think it was in 2005, when the Chicago Bears found themselves in the Super Bowl playing against the Indianapolis Colts. That was when your boy Peyton Manning was still, quarterbacking the Colts. And the game started off with Devin Hester running the first kickoff back for a touchdown, like he had been doing all season. He ran a touchdown back in the Super Bowl. But it was all downhill from there because it started raining. Cedric Benson, our rookie running back, hurt his knee. and the coach didn't want to put the ball in Thomas Jones' hands, and Thomas Jones was running hard that season because he didn't want Cedric Benson on the field. So he was like bullying Benson behind the scenes, but running hard on the field, proving that he could keep the guy butt on the seats. So it's like the game was very close. Peyton Manning was tearing the Bears defense apart by just, throwing these little 5-yard pickups, 8-yard pickups, chewing up clock, chewing up the field. Rex Grossman, after the Bears lost the game, he went in a press conference and said, yeah, they got us this time, but, we'll be back and you fool. Dude, there's teams that ain't never been to the Super Bowl before. And you talking like y'all going back next year as a certification. Like you just got the word that you going to be back. Man, Rex Grossman lasted like one more season in Chicago after that, and his ass was shipped out on his butt. But the thing about it is, and I mentioned that to say, like, AJ talking about this is such a casual thing and he's going to win, like it's going to just happen because he shows up. He could come back and try to fight, but don't forget that other guy that whooped your ass the first time, he got the advantage already because he whooped your ass the first time. So you got to bring something different, bro. And they ain't going to let you bring no weapons in the ring. This dude is an idiot, man. He is a damn idiot. And you want to listen to him talk like he talked. And then he's already talking stuff like, don't ask me, when I win, don't nobody ask me about Wilder. Dude, Wilder ain't thinking about your ass. Why are you thinking about him? You should be thinking about Andy Ruiz. You talking about Wilder. Even if somebody asks you about Wilder, you still shouldn't be thinking about him. You should be talking about, hey, man, I got to get my title back. I got to get my title back. That's what you're supposed to be thinking about. Fucking idiot, man. And telling everybody he going to give them the finger. Motherfucker, we give you the finger. Every interview, every personal appearance, every press conference, we giving you the fucking finger, man. Huh? You sit on it. Fucking asshole. Who is he, man? He's like a big ass brat. You know them guys that when you was in grade school and the cool brothers in the school, they always had some little runt that they would fucking stick in a locker and lock his ass up in there, or the locker room or the showers or some shit. That's AJ. Huh? He the one that y'all did that shit to because he needed it. He deserved it. He needed his ass whooped. Talking shit. And get a damn haircut. Huh? Running around here looking like a black ass caveman and shit. We got good barbers here in the U.S. Huh? What the fuck you doing over there, man? Fucking head is like a bowl of black ass Rice Krispies with milk on them. Ping, 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 ping. Naps everywhere. Get out of here, man. Talking shit. Gonna give the fans the finger. We giving you the finger. And the fucking boot too. Huh? And Andy Ruiz Jr. gonna give you them hands. Talking shit, man. You and Johnny Nelson, man. Get the fuck out of here. Man, I can't stand them dudes, man. He's a fucking hype job. And in the worst way of being a hype job. His fights were setups. His damn, the referees, everything laid out for him. Everything laid out before him. That's why when he got there and he was in the Madison Square Garden and motherfuckers is booing him, he was like, I didn't know what to do. The people are booing me. Motherfucker, they booing you because you somebody from somewhere else. They don't give a fuck about you. So when you say you're going to give them the finger, they gave you the finger first. You fucking idiot. He going to give somebody the finger. Motherfucker, we got fucking 10 fingers to give your ass. Huh? Who gives a shit about you, AJ? Talking stupid shit, man. Your own people. I just gave a fucking rundown of the list of everything wrong with you. And everything hit on point. They didn't miss anything. They hit your ass from head to toe. From head. They say that you had a weak chin. That your gold medal, was gifted to you. Huh? They said you had soft matchmaking to toe. They said you lack mobility in the ring and you got a poor defense. Huh? Get the fuck out of here. That's your people talking about you. Man, get this guy out of here, man. AJ don't know what the hell he talking about, man. He don't know what the hell he talking about. Ronald Finkley says, we ready for everything. Real boxing fans want true greatness. Boxing, bring your bitch ass. Here, boy. Decapitation season. Absolutely, man. Jay Cooley says, at Big Bro, Omega Red. Omega Red says, AJ says all that and they hate Wilder. I know, right? I know Wilder ain't did nothing but embrace the fans. He come down after he won against Ortiz in the damn dining hall. He's in there, you know, chilling with the people, man, taking pictures, kissing babies, giving pounds to brothers and shit like that. That's the people's champion doing that shit. When has AJ done anything for people, man, but tell them to kiss his ass in so many different ways? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Three Pyramid says 100. BBG says AJ is already broken mentally. He can't win. Yeah, like Adrian says, you can't win, motherfucker. You know? Ronald Finkley says, hit that like button right now. Thank you, Ronald Finkley. Three Pyramid says, still can't get over that face AJ made when Ruiz says, you quit. Laugh my ass off. I know, right? And I think after I finish this stream, I'm going to go watch that shit again. Three Pyramids. Because it was funny seeing him. He's sitting there in front of the man who fucking destroyed him. And he's scared to look at the dude. He looking at Johnny Nelson. Huh? Johnny Nelson is like trying to give him all kinds of signals. You should be looking at him, AJ. You know how Johnny Nelson sucks his cock, man. Come on. Shadow 9 is laughing. Ronald Finkley is laughing. He says, I can beat AJ. Yeah, man. You know, this dude is crazy, man. Omega laughing out loud. BBG laughing out loud. Ronald Finkley says, real as talk. He's slow mentally. Mexico, stand the fuck up. Salute. Yeah. Omega Red said it exactly. Ronald Finkley says you could beat you can't beat a real fighter in life. Bobby Jean says, I don't think AJ knows he's a hype job. No, that's what I'm saying. Bobby Jean, you made a very great point right there. The hype train that Eddie Hearn carved out for him was so well planned that AJ bought into the shit him damn self. You know, at least in fucking Rocky 5, I think it was when Tommy Morrison was playing Tommy Gunn and George Washington Duke was arguing with him about fighting Rocky. And he was like, these people are laughing at me or whatever. He was like, well, you got to get in the ring and fight Rocky. He was like, all them other guys he was fighting was chumps. They was setups. He was like, listen to you talking this too. And he was like, look, if you want to prove yourself, get in there and fight Rocky. You got to dog him. You got to get him in the ring to fight you or this or that. You got to fight him man to man. You know, it was funny because this is AJ, but AJ ain't smart as Tommy Gunn was. AJ was like still walking around bobbing his head to everything that fucking Eddie Hearn's saying and shit. Believing all the bullshit. Man, it's fucking ridiculous, bro. Man, it's crazy. Ronald Finkley says, this better not be a fix. We're not playing boxing. Three Pyramids says, only people who can accept you as a champion like we accept Wilder. But AJ is a Union Cane looking wannabe. If Wilder would send voicemail saying boo to AJ, he will have a heart attack. No, you know what would make him have a heart attack, Three Pyramids? If Wilder showed up to the press conference and sat in the back room. The dude would probably waste himself in his seat and get up and and leave the room. And see, Wilder ain't that type of guy. But there are other fighters throughout history that would do that shit. Ali used to show up in the opponent's ringside, their camps. Ali was a terror, man. He was. When George Foreman knocked out Kenny Norton in 2 rounds, Ali was sitting ringside calling the fight. And when Ken Norton went down that last time and they waved the fight off, Ali brushed past all the reporters and cameramen and everything and stood on the side of the apron, and he gave a whole big speech about Foreman not being a good boxer and that he was going to whoop him and everything, and they're going to fight him in Africa and whatnot. Dude, I'm telling you, Ali was like the biggest nightmare for guys. Imagine if Wilder showed up at AJ's press conference this week, not trying to threaten him, but just because he's a boxer, he's a champion, and he wants to be there. Because he could be there if he wanted to. But he already knows. He puts the fear of God in AJ. So he don't want to fuck up the promotion like that. AJ may run out of the damn city if Wilder showed up. Three Pyramid says, Lord have mercy. He said, I want to see that though. Yeah, man. Wilder show up. If Wilder showed up at the press conference, man, him and Shelly Finkel just walked in the dais and was sitting in the back of the room. Fucking AJ will be looking over there and shit like, oh shit. He'd be looking for the exit, man. Ronald Finkley says, if they actually sent Wilder an invite, that's when the real shit pop off. Salute. They ain't gonna send him an invite. That's what I'm saying. Don't you remember when they were suggesting that Wilder go over to the UK and he was fighting somebody? I forget who he was supposed to be fighting. And then it was like, hey, he just, said, he put the word out, we're gonna have security. Wilder's barred from the ring. Dude, that's what that was. So yeah, buddy. This is the Hurt game. This is the Hurt business. Game over. Yes, sir. That's right, Ronald Finkley. That's right, 100%. But look here, brothers. I done went a little bit over my time. I was supposed to stop at 6. That was about an hour. And I know that my brother Drew Titan is coming on. So you guys could take this energy over to Drew Titan's channel and his chat, because I'm going over there to listen to what the brother has to say. He's got some good stuff he's cooking up with over there. And I like to support, the other channels. Three Pyramid says, AJ fans know, though, that he's scared to death if Wilder, and that makes me happy, Dillian White, too. Yeah, man. That's true. That's it, But yeah, I want to say thanks to everybody that came out to support me on this stream this evening. And, like I said, if you haven't had a chance to go and check out 78's video that he dropped this afternoon, please check it out. It's very educational. It lets you know how you should feel about this whole promotion and everything. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owen says AJ would fake an injury if Wilder showed up to his press conference. He'll head dive off the stage. Yeah, man. Or he'll shit on himself so bad they'll say he have a ruptured intestine or some shit. He'll shit on himself so bad he'll have a ruptured intestine and shit. He'll have to do immediate surgery on his ass. Get the fuck out of here, AJ. But yeah, I want to say peace out to everybody. Thanks for your support, man. And check out Drew Titan. He's on right now. It just came on, man. And hey, man, peace to everybody. Hit that like button on the way out. This is Stormy B, man. I'm signing off for now. Appreciate you, everybody. Shout out to the LDBC.